Welcome back to Fern's Garage. I'm super excited. We've had almost all of our parts come in the mail, so today's just gonna be a build day pretty much. Let's get started. Here's just kind of a visual of how tall the Amazon ones are versus the Aces fuel injected ones are. I got these for like $400.
Fully off. Fully off, fully off. What?
Dot. Alrighty, welcome to the lab, aka my apartment. Right now I'm trying to use this switchboard with these relays and this relay kit to turn on the light bulb so that I can start figuring out how to wire the Nissan up. And I feel like an idiot because I don't understand these yet. I was so confused on why it wasn't working, but I didn't even plug the ground in. Oh my gosh! I'm a freaking engineer, dude! Oh my gosh, it's getting... Whoo. I'm just gonna try to switch the polarity real quick. Please don't blow up. We're goated. Dude, these get really hot really quickly. What fuse do I have on there? I don't know. I'm gonna look up what the correct fuse is for that. Probably shouldn't be touching live wires. It's okay. 30 amp. So that fuse should theoretically be blown right now. The verdict is still good. Number 1, correct. I don't know what that noise was. Anyway. Alrighty. We're gonna go with 35 just in case. Boom. That just feels like it's gonna blow up. I'm blind now. Now it's time to learn like actually how that works. Okay, right now we have Alright, now here's my circuit. Basically, the battery goes to a fuse and then into pin 30, which is my red wire. So that's your positive. That's your 12 volt positive. The black wire just goes to ground. We don't use 87A, which is in my case yellow. You're also going to bring that positive 12 volts, bring this to one of your switches. Either one, doesn't matter, any of these. On the output of the switch, you're going to hook up your white wire. The power out is going to be your blue wire. That's pin 87, right? We're not using 87A, that's the middle one. We're using 87, which is blue. It's going to allow the 12 volts to go through the white wire, come out the blue wire, through the light, and then boom, that's how that works. So you need to ground the relay, ground the light, give the relay power, give the switch power, and then the blue wire, which is pin 87, shoots out the 12 volts into whatever power source you need. That took me only 45 minutes to learn. I don't have any more connectors to continue adding lights to the circuit, so for now I think we're going to call it quits on the relays now that we understand them a little bit. Electrical engineering for the win. Welcome back to Fern's Garage. I'm not really too sure what the plan for today is, but I'm trying to clean out this whole entire trunk area. It's got a lot of spare wires and headers for the LS. It's got some Nissan intake stuff, a random alternator, display unit. So I'm gonna go and see kind of what we can throw away. We don't need any of this old 90s speaker systems and all this plastic everywhere. And I'm gonna start trying to find the fuel lines because I can't find where the fuel lines go at all. They're all under the car somewhere. Alright, here's the trunk completely cleared out, spare tire, all the rugs. Here's kind of all the parts. We got some rugs, we got some headers. We've got 5 gear shifters for some reason, drive shaft, alternator, some fans, spare tire. I want to get this rail exposed and start taking off the gas tank. So in order to do that, I'm going to start by taking off that front seat and then start removing all those rugs to get to the bolt inside. And then see if I can see the fuel lines. Can't take the seat out because there's actually a plug to it. Interesting. Look at all the space we can work in now. Okay, we got a little more open. Do I know what any of this is? No. Alright, here is the ECU. So that means, I mean, I still have no idea what that thing is, but that's the ECU for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and unplug all of that. Alright, so now we got most of the components out of here. We got the alarm system out, we got the ECU out, we've got this little door clip out. So now we can start tearing up the carpet and kind of just throw all this garbage away. I need some scissors to cut this out. Right now it's stuck across this whole entire line because it connects in the dash. I think I underestimated how thick this carpet is. Look at all this room. Looks like garbage right now. Next on the list is getting this panel back here off. Should be pretty easy. Oh my gosh. Don't ever buy a Craftsman freaking ratchet, dude. Alright, we've gotten everything out from under here. Basically, everything goes out into the fender. So, I'm gonna go ahead and take the fender off and kind of see where all these wires go. And I guarantee you we're gonna have to do that for the other side as well. This is all the electrical stuff I was talking about. That goes right into the floor pan of the inside. Super dirty in there. Gonna get all this nastiness out of there. Now we've ran into kind of an issue here. These two are the screws that we need to take out, but as you can see, they're completely mangled. So we can either try and cut them off, we can either try and bend them and break them off. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. I think I'll try and break them first. Aha, there's also a bolt right down there behind the headlight, which is kind of stupid, really. For a better view of what I was looking at, it's that screw right there. There's always one, dude. So I can't really take it off until I take the bumper off, so I'm gonna do that right now. Holy. Alrighty, took a quick trip to Harbor Freight. Now we're about to grind off those bolts that we can't get unstuck. Finally, dude, let's go. Fender off. Now this is everything I needed to get to right here. All this electrical. So now I can start getting the LS harness inside the car and pulling it through and like wrapping it around all the fenders. Yo, who creamed in my electronic connector? Hey, yo! Wasn't me. So I'm trying to pull all of these wires through, but there's like some random zip ties holding them in. Like right here, there's a bolt holding in, I think some grounding wires, I'm not sure, but that's what's tripping me up right now. We got her. POV your Drake. Anyway, we got the passenger side wiring harness out. So now I'm probably just gonna clean up all of this garbage, throw everything I need to away, and then tomorrow we'll start putting the LS harness in there and start getting our relays plugged in and wired up. I'm gonna get the starter hooked up to the switchboard and see if I can get that to work today. So now this is looking like a build, dude. I'm gonna put the bumper back on, the nose back on, the light back in there. I'll kind of mock fit the fender back on there, and then everything I can fit inside the car will go back. Now it's time for cleanup. Here's a glimpse of what the Nissan would sound like though. But it does look sick like this. I love how it looks. Taken apart. Now we're actually building the car, and I'm having so much fun. That right now is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so we're building our starter circuit right now. You need your 4-gauge wire, nothing smaller. Positive hooked up to the starter. Starter doesn't actually have a ground terminal, so you kind of just have to ground it any way you can. I grounded it to the negative terminal of the battery, but it should be just on the metal of the transmission will be the ground. So I just put a bolt through where it mounts the transmission, and then that's hooked up to the ground. We have our switchboard hooked up to power and ground. These are just bus bars. We have a button right here that whenever it's powered obviously has an LED. So if everything is wired up correctly, which it should be, when I press this, everything works. So now tomorrow we could go and put this on the car. He's not a fan of starters. Hey, yo! Alright, we're on day 2. I also did kind of diss the guy that sold me this car for giving me the shifter. And remember I was saying it doesn't fit? Well, that was a lie. I actually found out where it fits, so I kind of broke it for no reason. Now, we can't complete day 2 because it is raining, so I don't want to wire anything up while it's wet. We'll have to wait till next week. In order to put the starter on, we have to reposition the engine again, figure out the mounting situation, which ChatGPT said that those mounts are supposed to be metal on metal, or just no spacing in between. I also saw on some forums you have to hammer in that oil pan. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.